and good morning. I don't often say this kind of thing, but happy morning. I'm Rob Booker. I don't know why you wouldn't know that already. Best-selling author of blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I don't often talk about this, but I'm probably going to talk about it a lot more. The stock market hasn't really recovered as much as maybe people wanted it to. It's gone up, but does it concern you as much as it concerns me that student debt is out of control, credit card debt is out of control, household debt is out of control, housing market is kind of slowing down? Does anybody consider the fact that passive investing or doing what you've always been told to do maybe won't work as well? Or maybe handing over control of someone's financial future isn't the greatest idea in the world? As you know, there's nothing for sale in this rant that I'm doing right now. But doesn't it make sense to know a little bit about how to produce a return of your own? You think about, if you look up, Google today, Google average hedge fund returns 2018. The smartest financial minds in the world, and smartest is in quotation marks, couldn't on average beat the market. The best and the brightest, the most successful, the most famous, the richest, with the biggest teams of people, rocket scientists and Harvard educated windbags, smoking cigars and drinking expensive whiskey in the office. I don't know. They couldn't do it. The Bobby Axelrods of the world last year couldn't do it, with some exceptions, right? Bridgewater, Renaissance Capital, which is all inside money anyway. They couldn't do it. And so the smartest minds in the world couldn't beat the market. Most of them couldn't even make money. It's not to say it's a bad business model. I'd love to be sitting on top of $1 billion making 2 and 20. I'd love that. That'd be great. Sure, there's a little bit of jealousy. Absolutely. But if you could make 1% a month, 1% per month, which no retail trader is interested in doing. No one. Only people in my family of traders. Only you and me. If you can do that, you beat 90% of hedge funds or more. And you beat 95% of all so-called professional investors and financial advisors. Period. How would you feel if for the next 5 years you beat the market 5 years running and you did 1% to 1.5% a month? You never had a substantial drawdown. You'd have a track record. You'd have a track record that you could take to the bank. You could, if you have 20 years left in your financial career. I have 20 years. So I have 20 years left. You could retire, I'm not going to say billionaire. You could retire with $10 million in the bank. And all you'd have to do is make 1 to 1.5% a month. I'm not promising anything. I'm not selling anything here. I got nothing for sale in this video. I got hard, cold truth. Cold, hard truth that's cold and hard and truthful. You can make 1 to 1.5% a month. You could retire in 20 years with $10 million in the bank. Because you would have built a track record over 5 years. And then you would have been able to raise money over the next 5 years. And then in the last 5 years of that 20-year run, you'd have all of your returns. It would look like a sharply curved upward slope. Really low at the beginning and really sharp upward at the end. You could do it in bear markets. You could do it in the middle of a recession. The great financial recession that's coming, bigger than the last. And it's all about student debt and the bond market. That's what's going to happen. And it's going to happen. And you can either learn how to make 1% a month and be happy with it and finally get off this ridiculous notion that you want to double your account size this month because you've got bills. Nobody cares that you have bills. You don't care that I have bills. Listen, I turned in my fancy car. I took it back. I took back my sports car. I am driving an older car now. I will have zero debt of any kind by June of this year. Igor, one of my favorite traders in the world, zero debt of any kind. Jason, favorite trader in my family. Chris, favorite trader in my family. All of us, zero debt, not fancy cars. Not walking around with yachts and showing off some stupid apartment. I watched some stupid video of some idiot jerkwad on YouTube wearing sunglasses the whole time, saying that his traders were making $1 million a year, and he was literally standing in front of a taxi that was a Rolls Royce. That guy's going to put a lot of people in the poorhouse. That guy's going to cause a lot of pain and suffering to people. You can have it either way you want it. You can go for the big win and lose everything, or you can go for small, consistent returns, and you could win all of it. You could be the winner. Virgil's here. Good morning, Virgil. The problem, when you start later in life, no. Everybody's life expectancy is longer. Everybody's life expectancy is longer. It doesn't matter. You could be 80 years old right now, and I'd give the same advice. If you're 100 years old, we got to talk, and that's not going to be applicable. If you're 80 years old, you can sit in front of the computer for the next 15 years and make 1%. You're 70 years old, you're young. You're young, unless your mind is going. But if you're watching Facebook, your mind isn't going. No, nobody's too old to do this. Everybody thinks they are. Everybody thinks they have too many obligations. Work your regular job. Don't quit your regular job. Save all the money that you have. Take back all your expensive stuff. Reduce your expenses. Take back your fancy crap. And make 1 to 1.5% a month. Publish your returns publicly. I'm going to make a way for you to do that. I'm going to make a way for you to publish your returns publicly and verifiably that gets you in front of high net worth people where it's legal to do it. And if you need to be registered in the United States, I'm going to provide you links to help you do that. Because I care that you do it the right way. Rant over. I love you. Have the greatest day ever.